He was called the Golden Voice of Africa, a leader known for his humility, wisdom, and commitment to a united Nigeria. He led the country to independence, but his life ended in a tragic coup. This is the story of Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Nigeria's first and only Prime Minister. Abubakar Tafawa Balewa was born in December 1912 in Bauchi, northern Nigeria, to a humble family. Unlike many traditional rulers of his time, Balewa was not from an aristocratic lineage. His father was a district head, but Balewa's rise to power would come from his intelligence, not from royal blood. He attended the famous Barewa College, an elite school in Kaduna, where he was recognized for his brilliance. One of his classmates was Ahmadu Bello, who would later become the Premier of northern Nigeria. Balewa trained as a teacher and became one of the first northerners to receive higher education in London, studying at the University of London's Institute of Education in 1945. This exposure to Western education and his natural leadership skills set him on a path to politics. Returning to Nigeria, Balewa entered politics as a member of the Northern House of Assembly. He joined the Northern People's Congress, NPC, a party led by his old classmate, Ahmadu Bello. While Bello focused on northern regional affairs, Balewa was sent to represent northern Nigeria at the national level. During the 1950s, Nigeria was moving towards independence, and Britain was preparing to hand over power. The country was divided into three major regions: the north, dominated by the NPC, the east, led by the NCNC under Nnamdi Azikiwe, and the west, controlled by Obafemi Awolowo's Action Group. Balewa became the Minister of Works in 1952 and later the Minister of Transport, where he gained national recognition for his diplomatic approach to leadership. He believed in peaceful coexistence and worked to bridge the gap between the North and South. In 1957, he became Nigeria's first chief minister, essentially the head of government before full independence. He was now the most powerful leader in the country, but his biggest challenge lay ahead: leading Nigeria to full independence. On October 1st, 1960, Nigeria gained independence from British colonial rule. Queen Elizabeth II remained the head of state, but Nigeria now had its own government. A coalition was formed between the NPC and the NCNC, and since Ahmadu Bello chose to remain Premier of the North, he handed the national leadership role to Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. Balewa was sworn in as Nigeria's first Prime Minister, the head of government, while Nnamdi Azikiwe became the country's ceremonial president. For the first time, Nigeria was being led by Nigerians. Balewa stood before the world and declared Nigeria's commitment to unity and African solidarity. His speech at the United Nations showcased his vision of peace, stating, "Nigeria does not wish to be a giant among dwarfs, but a responsible member of the world community."
I wish to make our position plain beyond any matter of doubt as regards the African continent. We in Nigeria appreciate the advantages which the size of our country and of its population give us, but we have absolutely no aggressive intentions. We shall never impose ourselves upon any other country and shall treat every African territory big.
As Prime Minister, Balewa focused on nation building. His government pushed for infrastructure development, expansion of education, and industrialization. Nigeria played a significant role in African diplomacy, contributing troops to the United Nations peacekeeping mission in the Congo. However, the political landscape was becoming increasingly unstable. Ethnic and regional divisions threatened national unity, and allegations of corruption and election rigging increased public dissatisfaction. By the early 1960s, tensions between political parties intensified. The 1964 elections were marred by allegations of fraud, and opposition parties accused Balewa's government of manipulation. While he remained personally respected, his government was becoming unpopular. On the night of January 15th, 1966, a group of young military officers, led by Major Chukwuma Kaduna Nzeogwu, launched Nigeria's first ever military coup. Their goal was to overthrow the government and end corruption. Prime Minister Balewa was kidnapped from his residence in Lagos by soldiers. For days, his whereabouts were unknown. Then, on January 15th, his lifeless body was found on a roadside, marking the tragic end of Nigeria's first prime minister. This coup would set off a chain of events that would lead to a series of military takeovers, a bloody civil war, and decades of political instability. Despite his tragic end, Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa is remembered as a man of peace, humility, and diplomacy. His face appears on Nigeria's 5 Naira note, and monuments like the Tafawa Balewa Square in Lagos stand in his honor. While Nigeria has faced many political challenges since his time, his legacy as the country's first leader and his dream of a united Nigeria live on. Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa was not just a prime minister. He was a symbol of Nigeria's first steps as an independent nation. His leadership, though short-lived, shaped the country's political history forever. What do you think about his leadership? Was he Nigeria's best prime minister, or could he have done more? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more historical insights.